How are you all? I hope you all are doing good. Children, as you all are aware that we were doing revision of our GK book, and in that row children, today we are going to do revision of bones and muscles. Now children, bones and muscles, our body is made up of these two things, that is bones and muscles. Bones means, in Hindi, if you will take that meaning, that literal meaning of bones, that means that is a structure which is hard or which will provide framework to our body, that is bones. And muscles means outer covering of bones. So that is there. Now children, in our body, if you will see different body parts, so different body parts consist of different types of bones. Everywhere we are not getting same type of bones. Similarly in the case of muscles also. So children, today we will revise this chapter, bones and muscles, and after that we'll move to the quick quiz that is related to bones and muscles. So children, let's start that. Bones. Now first one that is given, there are three kinds of bones, that is long bones, short bones and flat bones. There are three kinds of bones: long bones, short bones and flat bones. Our legs and arms have long bones. Our ankle and wrist have short bones. So I'll show you this whole, that there are three kinds of bones. First, that is long bones. Then second is short bones and flat bones. These three kind of bones you have to remember. And here in your book that is written in bold also, long bones, short bones and flat bones. Now our legs and arms have long bones. You can see your different parts of your body, that somewhere you will find it out long bones, like in this upper arm or in the lower arm, and the part from your thigh bone also, that all comes in long bones. Then apart from that long bones, we will be having some of the flat bones also, short bones. Short bones means like bones in your nose, in your face, in ear, all these are short bones. And flat bones is related to, like, that is appear as a covering of your internal organs and all. So that is your flat bones. Now our legs and arms have long bones. Our ankle and wrist, what do you find it out here? That our ankle and wrist have short bones. Ribs and shoulder have ribs. Ribs means that is your rib cage, that is providing safety to your that is your internal organs like heart, lungs, and these consist of short bones. So that is very important, ribs and shoulders having flat bones, because they allow movement. They does not allow movement in all the direction, but they give you that such kind of a structure to your body. So these are flat bones. There are three kinds of bones. I'll read it out once again for you all, that there are three kinds of bone, and you have to remember these three kinds of bones like that only. Long bones means that is your thigh bone or upper arm, these kind of bones. Then short bones means your that is your short bone is related to your that particular kind of a bone, that will be your short bone. And flat bones, that is our legs and arms have long bones, our ankle and wrist have short bones. Now ribs and shoulder have flat bones. So that is very important, these kind of a bones. So we'll continue from here. So students, what we were done just now, that there are three kinds of bones, that is long bones, short bones and flat bones. Now our legs and arms, as I told you just now, that our legs and arms is having long bones, our ankle and wrist. Now ankle means where we are wearing anklet, that is in your feet. Ankle and wrist where you are wearing your watch, that we were having short bones, because that is a quite delicate places, so we were having short bones over there. And our ankle, after that ribs and shoulder. If I talk about ribs, ribs is working as a rib cage and help to protect us our different parts of our body, like internal organs, your heart, your lungs is protected by ribs. So ribs and shoulders are having flat bones. So that is very important, that you all will remember that. Now children, we'll come to the next part of that page, that is your this. At birth, the human body has about 350 bones. So at the time of birth, a child which is born is having more than 300 bones. By the time we become adult, some of our bones fuse together and we have 206 bones. So here children, you have to remember that at the time of birth a human body is consist of, or a human body has about 350 bones. And as we were becoming adult, so a number of bones are getting smaller or fused together, and then once we will become adult, the number of bones in our body will have 206 bones. So if when somebody will ask that how many bones a newborn child is having, so here the answer will be that is more than 300, about 350 bones, but the exact number is more than 300 only. And as the child becoming adult, that all the bones will fuse together, and these are forming that certain type of number of bones that will become 206. So that is there. At birth the human body has about 350 bones, that you all will remember, that at birth the human body has about 350 bones. By the time we become adult, some of our bones fuse together and we have 206 bones. So what you are going to learn here or remember here, that at the time of birth a child is having 350 bones, and becoming adult some of the bones will fuse together, and then that child is having 206 bones. Now come to the next part of that page. This, the smallest bone in our body, the smallest bone in our body is found in our middle ear. The longest bone, now the smallest bone in our body is found in our middle ear, between the ear, and the longest bone is the femur, and it is found in our thighs. The smallest bone in our body is found in our middle ear. The longest bone is the femur, and it is found in our thighs. That I have already told you, that the longest bone is present in a thigh, and the shortest or the short bone or the smallest bone that is present in our ear, that is stirrup, and the longest bone is present in your thigh. So that is your uh, page that is related to your bones. What we have seen here, first we have seen what are the different types of bone. There are three kinds of bone: long bones, short bones, and flat bones. These are three types of bones. Next, what we have done, next we have done that in which part of a body which type of bone is present, that we have done. Again, that is an important part of this bone. Next, at the time of birth, how many bones we have, that is more than 300, and as we grow up these smaller bones will fuse together, and then we have been left with 206 bones. Now the next, the smallest bone in our body is found in our middle of the ear, that is stirrup, and the longest bone is the femur. It is found in our thigh, that is also called thigh bone. This femur is only called thigh bone, that is the longest bone in our body, and the smallest bone is present in our ear. So these two important things you all will remember related to this bone. Now here children, I am going to take this bony quiz. Arrange the jumbled letters in the right order. You have been given with a jumbled letter, means this is given here. The answers also given on that same page, but that is again jumbled one. So that jumbled answer you have to arrange it, and then here you are going to write the answer. The bony framework that gives shape to a body. The bony framework that gives shape to a body, that is what? That is skeleton. The bony framework that gives shape to a body, that is skeleton. 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 Now next is what? See here, skeleton is also given, but that is in jumbled form. So that is in jumbled form. Now next, number 2, where two bones join together. Where does two bones join together? So two bones join together, that place is known as joint. So here the answer of joint is the spelling. The correct spelling of joint is Joint. 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 Where two bones join together, that is joint. Joint. Number 3, when bones crack or break, it is called a fracture. That is called a fracture. 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 When bones crack or break, it is called a fracture. When bones crack or break, it is called a fracture. Now number 4, the heart and lungs are protected by a bony cage, that is called a rib cage. Fine, heart and lungs are protected by a bony cage, that I have told you. When above we have done ribs 1, in that only I have told you that the heart and lungs are protected by a bony cage, that is called rib cage. RIB, rib, CAGE, rib cage. Rib cage. So that is your bony quiz. and this page that is related to bones we have finished. Now children will come to the second page that is related to muscles. Now children, here I want to ask one thing, that why these bones and muscles are very important in our body. Why these are so important for us? See, bones provide strongness, or make you strong, make your body strong, provide you framework, that will give you framework how your body will looks like. That all depends upon, that all depends upon your framework, what kind of a bony structure you have. Some of you have been seen that some of the children or some of the people, they have small in their size, they have shorter body, they have fat body, they have thin body. Everyone is having different types of body. So that all depends upon these two factors, that is bones and muscles. If in your body you will be having bones, that is quietly provide you a framework, but you don't have muscles, so that kind of a person is looking thin. वो हमें क्या दिखेगा, वो हमें पतला दुबला दिखेगा कि अरे ये तो बहुत पतला है. क्यों पतला है? बिकॉज दैट बोन्स हैव प्रोवाइड द फ्रेमवर्क, बट उसके ऊपर नंबर, दैट क्वांटिटी ऑफ मसल्स विच मस्ट बी देयर, वो मसल्स इज नॉट देयर. And from where do we get that muscles? Muscles is a covering of your bones only. ऐसा नहीं है कि दैट वी विल केम होम और अपने ऊपर ऐसे हम कुछ कवरिंग लगा लें एंड देन वी विल लुकिंग थिन और लुकिंग फैट. Is it possible? No, it is not at all possible. Muscles help us move every part of our body. Muscles help us to move. What is the importance of muscles, that we are going to see in this page. Why these muscles are that much important? That muscles help us to move every part of our body. So what do you understand about it? Ki if muscles are not proper in your body, you cannot move your body at all. You cannot move your body at all. And muscles, they help us to walk, smile and even wink. Now there are more than 600 muscles in our body. In our body. Now about bones, we have 206 bones in our body. A child which is born, that child is having about 350 bones. But as the child will become adult, the number of bones will become less, and finally that adult is having 206 bones. Now muscles, if we'll talk about muscles, why these muscles are important? Muscles help us to move every part of our body. We can move every part of our body, and these muscles help us to walk, smile and even wink. Walk, smile and even wink. So whatever we want to do it, that we can do it with our muscles only. Now there are more than 600 muscles in our body. There are more than 600 muscles in our body. So what is the use of these muscles? These muscles help us to walk, smile and even wink. Now right now I am speaking. To speak, my tongue is helping me, as well as my facial muscles are also providing support to speak. So that is very important. Just if I'm smiling, if I'm crying, for all these things you require muscles. Muscles will help, your facial muscles will help to give expression and all. So that is very important. Muscles are an important part of your body. You have seen many children, those who are showing just like that the child is showing right now in the picture. So that kind of a children you all have seen, that you will be getting that muscles help us to move every part of our body. Now they help us to walk, smile and even wink. Now there are more than 600 muscles in our body. Now when we are tense, जब हम टेंस होते हैं, when we are tense, our muscles become tight. Then we were not laughing. हम तब नहीं हंसते हैं. जब हम टेंस हो जाते हैं तब क्या होता है, मसल्स क्या होती हैं हमारी, टाइट हो जाती हैं. एंड आवर ब्रेन कंट्रोल्स ऑल आवर मसल्स. ब्रेन हमारा सारे मसल्स को कंट्रोल करता है एंड मेक them work. Our brain controls all our muscles and makes them work. So when we are tense, our muscles become tight. That is an important feature of that whenever we will get tense, हमें कोई टेंशन है, कोई प्रॉब्लम है, समथिंग हैज़ हैपेंड, तो हमारी मसल्स क्या हो जाएंगी, मसल्स हमारी टाइट हो जाएंगी. एंड all these things are, most of the muscles, body muscles are controlled by brain. कौन कंट्रोल करता है, ब्रेन कंट्रोल करता है. एंड दे हेल्प देम टू मेक their work, make them work. So this all have been done by the brain. So that is an important part which is related to muscles, that कि जब हम टेंशन में होते हैं, हमें कोई प्रॉब्लम होती है या परेशान है, तो हाँ क्या होगा कि हमारी मसल्स दैट विल बिकम टाइट. एंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स हैव बीन कंट्रोल्ड बाय आवर yes, by our brain. Now the next is, the smallest muscle is present in our ears. In our ears again, smallest bone is also present in our ear. So obviously that bone is having that covering of muscles. So the smallest muscle is also present in our ear. Now the biggest muscle is present in the buttocks. Now our tongue has 8 different kinds of muscles. The biggest muscle which is present, that is present in our buttock, and different kinds of muscles we can find it out where? We can find out in our buttock. 8 different kinds of muscles we will found in our tongue. So children, what we have done in muscles, this page that is related to muscles. First of all, muscles help us to move every part of our body. So for movement in our body, these muscles are only responsible, and they will provide us a movement in all the direction, like walk, smile, even wink, or whatever we want to do it. All these will be helped, or all these will be done with the help of these muscles. Next, when we will become tense, then our brain controls, so that muscles become tight, and our brain controls all our muscles and make them work. Now the smallest muscle in our body is present in our ear, and the biggest muscle is present in our buttock. Now different kinds of muscles are present. 8 different kinds of muscles are present in our tongue. Now next children, very important, that is your muscle quiz. Let's see that muscle quiz. Now read the clues and fill in the blank. Read the clues and fill in the blanks. Pick your answers from the help box. Now number 1, muscles of the heart have a special name. They are known as dash muscles. Which muscle? Cardiac muscle. Answer you can see here, CARDIAC, cardiac muscles. You have heard this word very often also. Cardiac muscles is those muscles. Cardiac, you have heard about cardiac, that is that kind of a muscle. Which kind of a muscle there was that? Cardiac muscles, that muscle is related to your heart. And you have heard like somebody have got cardiac arrest. Arrest means the muscles of your heart stops working. Now come to number 2. When you show off the muscles of your upper arm, you are flexing your biceps and the lower arm muscles are known as triceps. Number 3, the strongest muscles in our body are present in the strongest muscles, that is in your jaw is your containing the strongest muscle, because only the lower jaw is movable, upper jaw is not movable. That's why that jaw muscles are quite strong muscles. Now number 4, when there is too much pressure on the muscles, it causes a sprain. Sprain means that is such kind of a situation when you won't be able to move your muscles. So that kind of a certain kind of a condition is known as, that is your sprain. More often you have seen that I won't be able to stand, or that some part of your body that doesn't allow movement, so that is known as sprain. Actually what happened, children, as we have here we have done one thing, that our muscles, see this line, our brain controls all our muscles and makes them work, and that only will be considered in the case of sprain. Whenever sprain will be there na, whenever sprain will be there due to too much pressure, they does not allow to move the muscles. Our body, our brain does not allow to move the muscles. Now very important thing, that it takes 43 muscles to frown, means to cry, and only 17 muscles to smile. So what do you do more often? So what we have seen, that in a human body you require 43 muscles to frown, and only 17 muscles are used to smile. Now what do you do more often? Whether you will cry or you will smile. So any one thing you can decide, and that you can do it. So children, here in today's session we have seen bones and muscles. Earlier we have seen bones, facts related to bones. I'll make you revise once again the last time, and then I'll finish the class over here. Bones, there are 3 types of bone: long bones, short bones and flat bones. Our legs and arms have long bones, and our ankle and wrist have short bones. Then at the time of birth we will be having more than 300 bones, and later on when we will that will become, these bones fuse together and we have only 206 bones. Smallest bone is present in our ear and middle of the ear, and the longest bone is the femur, and it is found in thighs. Now come to next, muscles. Muscles help us to move every part of our body. They help us to walk, smile and even wink. There are more than 600 muscles. Our, whenever we are tense, our brain or our muscles becomes tight, and our brain controls all our muscles. Now the smallest muscle which is present in our ear, that is present in a ear, and the biggest muscle which is present in a buttock. So children, that we have done along with bones and muscles, we have done bony quiz and muscles quiz that you all will revise, and this chapter we are going to take in our online class also. If you are having any doubt, that doubt can be asked in the online class. So here children, I am going to finish the class for today. You all will revise this page that is related to bony bones and muscles. Just take a revision, and then doubt can be asked in the online class. So that's all for today children. Have a good day.